Hello again, everyone. Deflect here, Firm but Fair Gaming. Came to bring you a new video. This is just going to be going through a whole lot of Mistweaver builds. So I use some for just about everything. Fist weaving, raid, pretty much anything you can name. You can see I have a shit ton of builds, and they're all variations of some form. So either they're focused on more fist weaving, they're focused on more healing throughput, they're focused on raid. Each boss has a different one because each boss you can do different things on, and there is just a ton to it. Uh, Going through, I'm just going to go through them quickly and kind of tell you the differences. I will start with M plus first. So M plus, the build I'm in right now, it's because there's a lot of people who don't use all their utility this week. I don't know how many keys I've done with shamans who don't use poison cleanse totem. I only have one cleanse, and if you don't have a bunch of cleanse in the group, you have to heal off the affix. It can be a miserable week for healers, so do the affixes. Going through that though, I'm basically running this currently. We'll just get rid of the transparency so you can see the build. I use the roll. I didn't think I would end up liking it. I do like it. It lighter than air is fun to play around and use. It does come in handy. And some points I forget I have it. Some points I don't. And I'm in between conduit and Master Harmony. I do a lot more keys with Master Harmony than I do with conduit. But this one gives you the AoE heal if you're going into a big key like a cot that requires a lot of healing. So the build it revolves around a 40-second Shayloons, which is a great one to have. This talent brings it to 4 seconds. You can have a full stack every 40 seconds. So once a minute you have Shayloons. This is more caster oriented. You don't have to be in melee, so it's a good one for, again, Caught is one of the big ones it's used for. Arakara at the end boss. This is pretty nice because the end boss can be pretty miserable sometimes. If you're a full melee stack, this just helps you get out there and still do good healing. So it runs peer to piece where you can go on different people while you're casting Soothing Mist. And then it's running Rushing Wind Kick. And of course, Jade Empowerment. But when you're running Celestials, you don't get the double Jade Empowerment. So it depends on what you're doing and the objective of the key. Will switch in and out the hero talents. If you're doing a caught, you might run the Conduit of the Celestial so you have that extra healing when there's no packs around. And then if you're doing something else, like even Arakari, you could run Master of Harmony because there is a lot of ads on that last boss, and you can Jade and Power and then cast your Chain Lightning or Jade Lightning, and it hits a lot of mobs and heals for a ton. So another option there. Caster, I also run another caster build, which is a little better. It's more single target focused with splashing AoE, so it's more a heavy single target heal with, multiple vivifies. So you're not running the Shayloons for easy group healing. You're running more put on all your enveloping mist and renewing mist, and then spamming the soothing mist and vivifies. So it's kind of a good same close to the build, but a little variation. The next one I run is just your standard fist weaving Conduit of the Celestials. I very rarely run this. I haven't run this in a long time. It's just a standard Conduit of the Celestial fist weaving. Not my favorite. I'd rather run Master of Harmony. Same thing, just Master of Harmony. And I love Master of Harmony. If you don't know how Master of the Harmony works, I'll quickly actually show you on this because I'm running the same talents roughly. Or am I? I am not. Okay, that's terrific. So we'll go back in and switch to a Master of the Harmony. I thought I had switched it, but I didn't. So this build is all about your Thunder Focus Tea, and I'll show you when you get a stack. So you get a stack here, and you can get this to 100, and you can store these for Crackling Jade. So the big thing behind this is you'll want to Thunder Focus Tea, then Rising Sun Kick. So that will give you your your verse buff right here. So I 8% verse, and then you'll Crackling Jade. But you'll want to do it while you're in your Jadefire Stomp. Always keep that down. But you'll do great healing and great damage with this build. So this is my most of the time build when I'm just doing regular keys. I also have my most of the time this is my go-to for raid unless something crazy comes up or unless I have specific ones for bosses. But this is my go-to 1 minute Yulon Pure into Peace build. It's very, I don't know, I call it my standard build for Mistweaver. It's the one you go in and you will, try and put your 2 Renewing Mists out, Shaylin's, then Thunder Focus Tea, then a Renewing Mist, and then you go into your Soothing Mist, Enveloping Mist spam for a channel, and then you go into your Vivify spam. So it does tremendous healing. There is a bit of setup time. By the time you get it all off, it's about 6 to 7 seconds before you're really chunking the healing out. So you do have to prep in raid for that. Other ones out there for raid. This is a standard one for the first boss, Aldrax. It's a fist weaving oriented build. It's good. Also for the first boss, if you want to use a Crackling Jade Lightning healing build, that is very possible as well. It would look like this configuration. They're really good for the first boss because there's ads, and Brood Keeper I think it's Keeper, whatever the Brood one full name is called, it has ads as well. So when you're doing a lot of damage with the Crackling Jade, you're healing a lot with it. So it's definitely an ad focused build. The next one I run is for Blood Horror. It's more of your standard Pure into Peace build. It goes back to using Shaylin's to get the procs from your passives, and back into the Enveloping Mist Vivify spam. Silkran, I run it's more of a caster build because you can't always be in melee, and usually I'm getting targeted by something. So it revolves around Rushing Wind Kick, which, again, if you don't know what this is, it's a 25-yard cone in front of you that does healing. And it replaces your Rising Sun Kick. It's a very good build for, a Sikran, Rash, Princess. Very good build for that. The other one, if you want to go with the full-on top-of-the-line healing build, it is very, very good healing, but you will have to get your ramp down for this one particular, because this build is set around, it doesn't have the 1 minute Chi-Ji. You can actually get this down when using Chi-Ji, the Red Crane, 2 minutes. Oh, sorry, you get it down by using all your abilities. They take off a half second. So during your burst, you need to be cranking, rising wind kicks or rushing wind kicks as much as you can. This is a extremely, extremely focused build, but it does crazy healing, and it's meant to do it around your Chi-Ji ramps. So when you're in your Chi-Ji ramps, you will basically be hitting as many rushing wind kicks as you can, possibly on the targets. And that way you are reducing the cooldown of Chi-Ji. So you can actually get the Chi-Ji cooldown under a minute. And you'll be spamming Vivifies, or not Vivifies, you'll be spamming Renewing Mists on people. You'll hit the free Enveloping Mist because that lowers it. And you can see how quickly this is going down. So that's an example of one that works really well, but it's very niche, very specific, and you really need to be in your Chi-Ji, reducing the cooldown. Specifically, that's what your goal is, because the boss damage comes out at about 55 seconds, 50 to 55 seconds each time. So you need that Chi-Ji under a minute. It's crazy. It's very intense, especially on that boss, because there is a lot going on. But it's a fun build to play. And then I just have a standard raid fist weaving build that I don't use quite as much as any other build. Those are the ones I use currently. If you have any questions, definitely let me know in the comments. Let me know what you're using, and let me know if there's any variations that you prefer. And if you do, I love to see them. Yeah, this is Deflect, Firm but Fair Gaming. We'll see you in the next video.